Good morning, students. I hope you like the video. Now let's begin with the chapter. Chapter 1 of Footprints Without Feet. And the name of the chapter is Triumph of Surgery. Open page number 1. Now before we begin, let's see the box, what's written in the box here. Tricky, a small dog, is pampered and overfed by his rich mistress. He falls seriously ill and his mistress consults a veterinary surgeon. Does he perform an operation? Does the doctor recover? So we will soon find out in this chapter. Now see the first paragraph, children. I was really worried about Tricky this time. I had pulled up my car when I saw him in the street with his mistress and I was shocked at his appearance. He had become hugely fat, like a bloated sausage with leg at each corner. His eyes, bloodshot and rheumy, stared straight ahead and his tongue lolled from his jaws. Now let us see what is the first question here. It says here the the writer is saying that he was really worried about Tricky. Why he was worried about the Tricky? Because his condition did not seem good. He looked in a very bad condition and become hugely fat. He'd become very fat and he was resembling a bloated, a swollen sausage and with legs at each corner. His eyes had become red and rheumy. Rheumy means watery. Water was coming out of it. And stared straight ahead. And his tongue was lolled from his jaws. And his tongue was falling. So when he sees Tricky, he's not happy because he knows that he's not in a very healthy condition. Para 2. Mrs. Pumphrey hastened to explain. Now she wasn't hurriedly. Hurriedly she explains to the doctor. He is so listless. Listless means he's tired without any energy. Mr. Harriot. He's so listless, Mr. Harriot. He seemed to have no energy. I thought he must be suffering from malnutrition. What do you mean of malnutrition? Malnutrition means lacking in nutrition. So I have been giving him some little extras between meals to build him up, some malt and cod liver oil and a bowl of Horlicks at night to make him sleep. Nothing much really. Now what is happening here actually? All these things which are not good for the dog like cod liver oil, Horlicks, she's giving all this, she's over pampering the dog. And these all things are not healthy. She's giving all these things to the dog thinking that he is suffering from malnutrition. Para 3. And did you cut down on the sweet things as I told you? The doctor advised that the dog should not be given anything sweet because sweet things are not healthy for the dog. Oh, I did for a bit, but he seemed to be so weak, I had to relent. Now, I said initially I stopped giving him sweet, but he was looking so weak and I had to relent. I had to soften and she started giving sweets, which the doctor had advised not to give. He does love cream cakes and chocolates, so I can't bear to refuse him. So she's been giving him cakes also, chocolates also, which the doctor is asking her not to give. I looked down again at the little dog. That was the trouble. Tricky's only fault was greed. So two problems there. One is over pampering of the dog. The mistress is not giving him healthy food. And on top of the second problem was Tricky, he was very greedy. He would never say no to the food. He had never been known to refuse food. He would tackle a meal at any hour of the day or night. And I wondered about all the things Mrs. Pumphrey hadn't mentioned. Now, two problems. He's understood two problems. One thing, over pampering of Mrs. Pumphrey. She's giving him unhealthy food. And the second one was the dog could not say he was very greedy and he would never refuse the food. So he was ready to eat anytime and any place. Are you giving him plenty of exercise? Now, second question, what is the question he's asking about the exercise regime? Because you know that if you're keeping a pet, he needs to be given proper exercise. Now, what she says, what excuse she has to give? Well, he has little walks with me, as you can see, but Hodgins, the gardener, has been down with lumbago, so there is no ring throwing lately. So now who's Hodgins here? Hodgins is the name of the gardener. Now gardener he is suffering from lumbago. Lumbago means backache. Now he's suffering from lumbago and what he used to do, he used to play with the dog. What is sort of exercise? Ring throwing. He would throw the ring and the dog would get it. So he said this game with exercise which Hodgins was given could not be given as he was suffering from lumbago backache. And now what is he doing? The dog is only doing little walks which is not very good for the dog. Now children, please turn to the next page, page number 2. I tried to sound severe. Now he knew he was trying to sound very strict. He says, now I really mean this. If you don't cut his food right down and give him some exercise, he's going to be really ill. Now he said that two things is necessary, exercise and the right kind of food, healthy food. You must harden your heart and keep him on a strict diet. So what does he advise? What does the doctor advise? That she should harden up her heart, she should become strict, and she has to give a strict diet to the dog. Mrs. Primpery wrung her hands. Oh, I will, Mr. Harriot. I am sure you are right, but it is so difficult, so very difficult. She set off, head down along the road as if determined to put the new regime into practice immediately. Now she looked firm that yes, she is going to follow the regime, she is going to follow all the advice given by the doctor. I watched her progress with growing concern. Triggy was tottering along in his little tweed coat. He had a whole wardrobe of these coats for the cold weather and a raincoat for the wet days. He struggled on, dropping in his harness. I thought it wouldn't be long before I heard from Mrs. Pembury. Now, tweed. Tweed is supposed to be a woolen woolen cloth with which they make the coat. Now, harness is a strap with which you tie the dog. Now, it says that they saw that both of them were going and the condition was not very good, and he was expecting very soon some emergency is going to come up. The expected call came within a few days, as he had expected. He received the call from Mrs. Pembury. Now, what Mrs. Pembury had to say? Mrs. Pembury was distraught. She was very upset. Tricky wouldn't eat nothing. So what is she complaining? She's saying that Tricky is not eating anything. Refused even his favorite dishes, and besides, he has bouts of vomiting. Now, what does she say? That he's refusing his favorite food, he's not eating his favorite food, and he is vomiting. He spent all his time lying on the rug and panting. So what was the problem? He was not eating, he was vomiting, he was panting, and he was lying on his rug. Didn't want to go for walks, didn't want to do anything, and the dog was not ready to do anything. When you're not well, you cannot do anything. So same condition was with the dog Tricky. I had made my plans in advance. He knew that this is coming up, so he had already pre-planned that what is he going to do when this condition comes. The only way to get Tricky on of the house for a period, I suggested that he to be hospitalized for about a fortnight to be kept under observation. So he knew that he had to take away Tricky from our house, because if he keeps him there, things will not improve. So he suggested that the dog has to be hospitalized for a fortnight. Fortnight means 14 days, and he has to be kept under observation. The poor lady almost swooned, and she felt that she's going to fall, she's going to be unconscious. She was sure that he would pine and did if he did not see her every day. Now she was worried. She thought that the dog is so used to her, the dog loves her so much, that even for a single day, if Tricky does not see Mrs. Pembury, what will happen to him? But he took a firm line, and he took a firm decision, because he knew that there's no other way out. Tricky was very ill, and this was the only way to save him. In fact, I thought it is best to take him without delay, and followed by Mrs. Pembury's wailing. Mrs. Pembury was crying, but he took a very strict decision. He knew that he has to save Tricky. I marched out to the car carrying the little dog wrapped in a blanket. He wrapped the dog in a blanket and took him into his car. The entire staff was roused, and maids rushed in and out, bringing his day bed, his night bed, favorite cushions, toys, rubber rings, basket, breakfast bowls, lunch bowl, supper bowl. Realizing that my car would never hold all this stuff, I started to drive away. As I moved off, Mr. Pembury was with a despairing cry, threw an armful of all the little coats through the window. I looked in the mirror before I turned the corner of the drive. Everybody was in tears. Everybody was emotionally attached, and everybody was really pampering dog, so they all were crying. Out on the road, I glanced down at the pathetic little animal gasping on the seat by my side. Now, he made the dog sit next to him, and he was seeing the condition was very bad, and he was gasping, he was taking deep breath. I patted the head, and Tricky made a brave effort to wag his tail. Poor old lad, I said. You haven't a kick in you, but I think I know a cure for you. So this is what we are going to do today. Now there are few questions which are there, which you already read. Let's see. Turn the page number 1. Why is Mrs. Pembury worried about the Tricky? Why do you think she's worried about Tricky? Why she is worried, children? Yes, obviously she was worried because he was growing fat, he was getting listless, he was losing his appetite, he was vomiting frequently, and his eyes had become bloodshot. Now question number 2. What does it do to help him? What does she do to help him? Is she wise in this? So what is she doing? Is she taking a right step? No, she's not taking the right step, because instead of giving a proper diet, taking care of him, what is she giving? She's giving him all sort of unhealthy food. Who does I refer to in the story? Who's I here, children? I here refers to the author, the person who's the I is referring to the doctor, Dr. Harriet. Now turn to the next page, page number 3. Page number 3, we've got 4 more questions here. Is the narrator as rich as Tricky's mistress? No, he's not very rich. How does he treat the dog? How does he treat the dog? He knew that he has understood the problem, 2 major problems, because he has to take him away from the Mrs. Pumper's house, and secondly, he knew that the dog was very greedy. He could not say no to food, so he knew that he has to take him to surgery where he can be under observation. Why is he tempted to keep Tricky on as a permanent guest? This we will read later on. Why does Mrs. Pumphrey think the dog's recovery is a triumph of surgery? This question also we will do it when we read the further chapter. Now with this we finish the chapter. Kindly read the chapter, children. Tomorrow we'll get back again.